Today I am going to be making a plum nut jam. These are plums that I'd gotten last summer, and I put them in the freezer for it's his favorite jam, plum nut jam. And so I am just going to walk you through how I do it. And I've got the canner already going. I made some rhubarb pie filling today too, and so I'm going to turn you down. Hope you can see this okay, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so with our plums, we need about a quarter cup of lemon juice, and we need that for the acidity. Oh, well, a little extra lemon never hurt, right? In the separate bowl, I'm going to put 8.5 cups of sugar. Let's get the half cup out. Oh, there's the half. We made 1, 8, and I did the half cup first. Okay, so into my fruits, I've got my 8.5 cups of sugar. Into my fruit, I'm going to add some MCP pectin. I kind of don't feel like you really need it for plum jam, but this is my mother-in-law's recipe, my husband's favorite jam recipe. So I'm just going to stick to how they do it, and it is good. So I'm going to stir in 1 packet of MCP, and actually I like MCP. I don't really have a preference for any of the pectins. I've tried pomonas, and that's interesting. And I'm going to just stir this pectin in real quick, and we can actually go ahead and start it. I'm going to just put it on medium heat. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon of butter for to keep down the foaming, and my grandma taught me to do that too, so it's kind of cool. It seems to work okay. So at this point, I am going to bring my mixture to a full rolling boil, and I'll show you what that looks like. And I'm going to put it up to medium-high heat and just make sure that I stir it. So I'll come back when this gets to a full rolling boil. Okay, so we're at a full rolling boil. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can. So see how even when I stir it, it doesn't stop? That is called a full rolling boil. And at this point, I'm going to add all of my sugar. Now this will kind of cool it down just a little bit, so we're going to bring it back up to a full boil. Once this gets to a full boil, we're going to set the timer for 4 minutes. And keep stirring it. The directions in the package tell you to chop your plums, and my mother-in-law taught me to use one of those hand-cranked meat grinders, and that works way faster. Especially when you're doing large quantities of plums. When I did these ones before I put them in the freezer, I ground them in the meat grinder. I have clean jars ready right here. I'll probably only get about 5 pints, but I got 6 just in case. I'm going to wash my lids. You do not have to keep these in hot boiling water or in hot water at all anymore. You just have to make sure they're washed. Get all the factory stuff off of it. So I just washed these, and I like to kind of do lots of water trapped in there, just so it's easier to pick up. Okay, so I've got a clean funnel, and then this will be my scoop. Okay, so we're at a full rolling boil now. See, it still boils even when I move it. It's not quite a super strong one yet, but it is almost there. Looks like I'm low on memory. I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 4 minutes. And I will be back when that 4-minute timer beeps. Okay, so my timer went off. This is where we're at. It's just the burner's still hot. So at this point, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ground clove. And I'm going to add a half of a cup of chopped up walnuts. My father-in-law grows a walnut tree, so we get fresh walnuts, and they're so good. And I love having them for all my breads and stuff, and for this. So I'm going to stir this in and probably take it off of the heat. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to start while it's hot. I want to start ladling it. I just want it to go down a little. All right, so I have my, let's see if I can scoot you back a little. So I have my jars on a pan. It's gonna help with transportation and spillage. I could take it off of the cloth. I'm gonna scoot this closer, but I'd rather not. Have my jar crack. Now this you want to fill 1/4 inch head space. And I always just go to the end of the funnel. I'm gonna go ahead and do what it says to do and do 1/4 inch head space. Stir it up as you go because all those nuts are floating at the top. Okay. So that's about all I have left over. And I'm gonna put that in a small jar, and we're not gonna process that one. We'll just eat that one. So now on these, I'm gonna take a clean cloth, get it damp, and then I'm gonna wipe the edges off. And see, this one's a little full. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it in here. There we go. There's not enough in there for me to do another pint. I could do a smaller jelly jar, but my husband will eat it right away. He's gonna be excited. Gonna put my rings on finger tight. He's been out of this probably for a month or two. I just finally decided to take the time to do it. I kind of just remembered I had the plums down there. I already checked my rims to make sure there was no chips in them. So now I'm just cleaning off the, I know my rag looks gray, but it is clean. I just got it out of the drawer. Okay. So now I'm gonna move this, and then I'll move you out to see the, out there. So my water, oops. My water's still a little hot from when I did the rhubarb pie filling. And for some reason I have green rhubarb. It's not red. Apparently, I forgot to end this or didn't keep a clip of it. So thank you for joining me on this adventure of a fork and a loaf, and I will see you next time. There is one plum nut jam. So I'm going to let these cool just a little bit. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better.